Imagine being kidnapped by someone you trusted and trapped in a hidden dungeon. Katie Beers lived this nightmare at just 10 years old. Watch how her bravery and a relentless investigation led to a shocking rescue. This is a story of survival, deception, and hope you won't want to miss. On December 30th, 1982, just after Christmas, a girl named Katie Beers was born in Mastic Beach, Long Island. She would later be known as the Girl in the Wall due to a harrowing experience in her life. Katie's early years were filled with hardship. After her mother left her, Katie lived with her godmother, Linda, and her husband, Sal. Instead of a loving home, Katie was treated like a servant, doing all the household chores. Sal also abused her, starting when she was only 2 years old. When Katie tried to tell Linda about Sal's actions, Linda didn't believe her and blamed Katie instead. Katie's life was very lonely. She wasn't allowed to go to school and had no friends her own age. The only person she felt she could trust was John Esposito, a local man involved in the Big Brother Big Sister program. Spending time with John was the only thing that made Katie happy. 2 days before her 10th birthday, Katie's life took a terrifying turn. John, who she trusted, kidnapped her. They went to Spaceplex, Katie's favorite place to play, where they had fun riding bikes and playing games. However, John had darker plans. He took Katie to his house and locked her in a small hidden room behind a wall. This room was a makeshift dungeon, equipped with chains and a dirty mattress. Katie was forced to crawl through a tunnel to reach this room, which was designed to keep her trapped. John told her that this would be her new home. While Katie was trapped, her godmother Linda was frantic and called the police. The police, led by Dominic Veroni, searched for Katie, but had little success. They were concerned because there were signs that the abduction might not be as straightforward as it seemed. Despite the police's efforts, it took over 3 weeks to find Katie. Throughout this time, she used her intelligence and bravery to try and escape. Her ordeal was a shocking and tragic story that highlighted both her resilience and the serious failures that allowed her situation to continue. The investigation into Katie Beers' abduction revealed a complex web of deception. Initially, it seemed like a straightforward kidnapping, but as details emerged, it became clear that there were multiple layers to the case. The distress call from Katie's supposed abductor was peculiar. It seemed odd for a 9-year-old to use the term kidnap and to have the ability to make such a call. This led to suspicions about the authenticity of the call. The FBI determined that the call was a recording, not made in real time by Katie. This discovery shifted the focus of the investigation, revealing that the kidnapping was staged to mislead the authorities. Katie's biological mother, who had previously lost custody of Katie due to abuse allegations against Sal, Linda Guillory, and Sal, Katie's godmother, and her abusive husband, John Esposito, the family friend who was the last person seen with Katie before her abduction. Evidence and theories. The FBI's findings indicated that Katie's call was made from a phone booth outside Spaceplex. However, no trace of her was found inside the center. The investigation revealed that the call was a scripted plot designed to mislead them. Katie's resilience. Despite her horrific captivity, Katie showed incredible bravery. She managed to break free from her casket and hide a key she found, although her abductor continued to abuse her. The investigation also explored the possibility that Katie's mother, Marilyn, might have been involved in staging the abduction. There were suspicions that Marilyn could have orchestrated the kidnapping to remove Katie from the abusive environment and frame someone else, potentially John Esposito. Katie's situation highlighted the challenges and intricacies involved in missing child cases. It revealed how deep manipulation and deception can go. Despite the dangerous circumstances she faced, Katie showed remarkable bravery. The detailed investigation that followed played a crucial role in exposing the reality of what happened to her, eventually leading to the discovery of the truth behind her kidnapping. In 4 long paragraphs detail, Katie Beers' case underscores the complexities and challenges involved in investigating missing child cases. It reveals how easily appearances can be deceiving and how manipulative individuals can obscure the truth. Katie, a young girl who faced unimaginable hardship and abuse, was taken by someone she trusted. Her kidnapping was not a random act. but rather a meticulously planned crime by John Esposito, a man who had previously been a trusted figure in her life. This case serves as a stark reminder that perpetrators of such crimes can often be individuals who are known and even trusted by the victim and their family. The investigation into Katie's disappearance was fraught with difficulties. Initial leads were misleading, and the true nature of the situation was not immediately apparent. The police and investigators had to navigate a web of deceit, where even the abduction itself was disguised to mislead them. The recorded distress call, which was initially believed to be genuine, turned out to be part of a staged scenario designed to throw the authorities off track. This layer of deception added to the complexity of the case, making the truth harder to uncover. Katie's resilience and bravery were pivotal in her survival and the eventual resolution of the case. Despite being held captive in a concealed dungeon and facing threats from her captor, she remained strong and used her intelligence to find ways to survive and resist manipulation. Her courage in such a dire situation is a testament to her inner strength and will to survive. This resilience not only kept her alive, but also played a crucial role in maintaining hope and the will to endure until she could be rescued. The thorough investigation that followed Katie's kidnapping was instrumental in uncovering the full extent of the crime. The authorities' persistence and dedication eventually led to the discovery of the hidden dungeon where Katie was held. This breakthrough was not only crucial for her rescue, but also for ensuring that those responsible were held accountable. The case brought to light the importance of meticulous investigation in such cases, as well as the need for vigilance in protecting vulnerable individuals from those who might exploit their trust. Katie's story, while tragic, also serves as an important reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the critical role of law enforcement in seeking justice. The investigation took a dramatic turn as John Esposito emerged as the primary suspect in Katie Beer's abduction. Here's a breakdown of the critical developments in the case. Revelations about John Esposito. Background check. Investigators uncovered troubling information about John Esposito, who had previously been involved in the abduction of a 7-year-old child 15 years prior. He had misrepresented himself as a member of the Big Brother Big Sister program, a claim which was later disproven. Suspicion and surveillance. Despite having no direct evidence linking him to the crime initially, Esposito became the focal point of the investigation. His behavior and background led to heightened scrutiny, and police maintained constant surveillance around his residence. Discovery of the dungeon. Katie's situation. While held captive, Katie displayed remarkable resourcefulness. She managed to free herself from chains, but was still trapped in a casket inside the dungeon. She was also wary of potential tampering with her food, fearing that Esposito might use it to sedate her. Esposito's desperation. Under immense pressure from the police and Katie's persistent questioning, Esposito began to crack. He made desperate attempts to convince Katie to play dead, and even tried to photograph her to mislead the police. Breaking point. Esposito's mental state deteriorated under the constant pressure and Katie's confrontational approach. He confided to her that he was considering either fleeing or ending his life, but he eventually decided to reveal her location. Unveiling the dungeon. Detailed revelation. Esposito provided detailed instructions on how to access the dungeon. He led police through a complex series of steps to uncover the hidden room. Bookshelf with wheels. A bookshelf that had to be moved. Vinyl and concrete block. Removal of vinyl on the floor and lifting a heavy concrete block. Underground chamber. Descending into the chamber through a series of concealed passages. Finding Katie. Eventually, police located Katie in the dungeon, safe but traumatized. The dungeon had been expertly concealed, demonstrating Esposito's meticulous planning. The conclusion of Katie Beer's story is both moving and inspirational. Revelation and rescue. Esposito's preparation. It was revealed that John Esposito had been planning the kidnapping for years, even going so far as to involve Katie in the construction of the dungeon where he held her. His meticulous planning highlighted the extent of his premeditation. Discovery of the dungeon. When the police finally broke into the dungeon, Katie was initially shocked and confused, but soon found relief in their presence. The sight of a police officer and hearing that she was safe was overwhelming for her. Katie's response. Despite her traumatic experience, Katie displayed remarkable resilience. She was described as looking upbeat and full of life, which surprised the detectives who had been closely following her case. Aftermath and recovery. Esposito's conviction. John Esposito was convicted of kidnapping in the first degree and sentenced to 15 years to life. His confession and the subsequent investigation revealed the full extent of his crimes, foster care, and legal actions. After her rescue, Katie was placed into foster care, which she described as her salvation. The authorities also pursued legal action against her uncle Sal, who was involved in further abuse, successfully securing his conviction. Katie's gratitude and growth. Katie expressed deep gratitude towards Detective Verone for his relentless efforts and support. Verone wrote her a heartfelt letter acknowledging her strength and resilience. Katie's current life. Katie has transformed her life, becoming a best-selling author and working with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Her message to others is one of perseverance and self-determination, emphasizing that one's past does not define their future. Katie Beer's story is a powerful reminder of courage and resilience. If you found this story as compelling as we did, please like, share, and subscribe for more incredible true stories.